Yo, Gamer Name here and welcome back to another Tekken 8 YouTube video, and today my boys we're gonna be taking a look at some of the changes that I would make on this currently announced Tekken 8 launch roster. I'm sure there are so many characters that you would want to see in place of others, me inclusive, and so I thought to myself, let me make a video on this and just talk about it, right? So these are some of the characters I would want replaced in the current Tekken 8 roster. But before we get into the video, you let me know in the comment section which characters you would replace right now on the current roster. Alright, so let's get right into it, starting with Panda. Now the bears are very iconic in Tekken, there's no doubt about that. They're like the mascot of the Tekken games, but the question is, do we really need two of them, right? And the worst part about this is they are almost similar. They have almost the exact same moves with just a few differences between them. So the question stands, do we need both of them? And my opinion is no. No. And the worst part is they have different character slots, which actually makes the whole thing just a little bit worse, considering they are basically the same character, right? So maybe if they were different to some extent, but that just adds more, irritation to some extent, I guess. So I would replace Panda for, this is an obvious one, Eddie Gordo. It's crazy that there is no capoeira representation in this game, right? I wouldn't mind even seeing Christy back, but for me, I think I just prefer Eddie a little bit more. Eddie, of course, he was from Brazil. He has never missed a Tekken game since his introduction in Tekken 3. And like, come on, it's capoeira, bro. How do we not have capoeira in a fighting game in Tekken? That's just crazy. Eddie just has to be on this, roster. It's crazy for me that Eddie has missed it. Although I did see people talk about how they might want to rework Eddie before bringing him back to the roster, which I agree to some extent. Eddie needs a lot of rework, especially the fact that he has no sidestep, right? He should have the privilege to sidestep. Everyone in this game has the privilege to sidestep. Even big bodies actually step sometimes. So give Eddie a sidestep and just improve his frames and, let's make him good. But we needed that capoeira representation so bad. So my first replacement is Panda for Eddie Gordo. My second replacement, of course, this one a lot of people actually expect it as well, is Leo Klezen. Introduced in Tekken 6, Leo hasn't really found their place on the roster, honestly. I think they are more popular in Tekken Tag. I think Leo fit very well with the Tekken Tag system. They were very flexible in that game, right? They would fit on any particular team. But the thing that holds Leo back is the personality, and everyone and their grandmother has been talking about this for the longest. The personality of freaking white bread, bro. Put some PB&J on Leo, make them pop a little bit. I had hope for Leo in Tekken 8, but honestly, after seeing that trailer, it actually kind of makes me worried for Shaheen as well, because Leo and Shaheen are kind of in the same boat. They need a personality buff, like desperately, right? The Leo fan base is not as big as everyone thinks it is. For all you 5 Leo mains out there, I'm sorry, but this character has had their chance. Like 3 Tekken games, 4 Tekken games now? Come on, man. Come on. I would replace Leo for Lydia Sobieska. Yes, that's right, Lydia, and I'm kind of sad that Lydia actually has missed the launch for Tekken 8. Lydia has the potential to be one of the best characters in the game. They practice pure karate, right? I love her whole thing about being the Prime Minister of Poland. This makes me think she'll have some kind of relationship or, attachments with Victor. That would make a very cool interaction, maybe they're involved with someone like past lovers or something. Like, I would like something like that for Lydia. But away from that, she also just is like a very badass female character, and we don't have many of those in Tekken. Like even Tekken 8 right now, I think the closest that comes to this right now is Reina. We haven't even seen Reina yet, but like Reina so far is carrying the female roster. In terms of like badass characters, Reina takes the realm. Nina comes in a close second, but Nina is also very bland, right? So Lydia also gives out that vibe of like a pure fighter, right? Pure badass character. So this for me is an easy switch up. Leo for Lydia Sobieska, but I do have hope that she will make DLC, probably second wave, season 2 maybe, because come on, she was introduced in the season 4 of Tekken 7, right? And she was a very fan favorite, but the nerfs really did her bad, and she kind of fell to popularity after that, so I don't know, but I would replace Lydia for Leo Klezen easily. Right, and for my third character that I would replace, this one is kind of sassy baka for me, but I would replace Shaheen. I would replace Shaheen for Armor King. Now this one, I kind of doubting it because I like Shaheen, don't get me wrong, I love Shaheen to the point that I'm also hoping for a personality rework, right? Shaheen is a very fun character to play, but like Shaheen is that kind of character that just has all the generic moves thrown onto one character. Down forward to a good tracking move, a slide, a low poke, you know, a hop kick. He doesn't really have something that makes him stand out in terms of like, you know, gameplay wise. He's just a generic character in terms of tools and a generic character in terms of personality. But like I said again, I love Shaheen. I really do. He's a really fun character to play, and also have that Middle Eastern representation outside of Zafina. So Shaheen can stay if they really buff his personality just like Leo. But over Armor King, I'm afraid it's not even close. It is not even close. It's actually criminal that Armor King has missed the launch roster for Tekken 8. Considering how popular this character is, so badass, one of the sickest designs ever seen in a Tekken game. I mean, look at this freaking character, bro. How awesome is AK? Like, come on. You know, and I kind of know, and I've said this so many times, that Namco have kept Armor King locked behind DLC because of how much he sold in Tekken 7. So if it ain't broke, why fix it, right? From a business point of view, that's like, you know, obvious. It's a huge move from Namco. They know DLC will sell them shitload of money. But it's kind of sad considering how sick and popular Armor King has been in Tekken 7. Top 5 most used characters on the roster. So Armor King for Shaheen for me is definitely the play here. And then I think for my last one, because I don't like the roster, honestly. If I replace too many characters, it might seem a little bit redundant. But for me, the other character I would replace is Arjushina. Don't get me wrong, Arjushina is a cool character, right? We do need that straw kind of, you know, fun character. But for me, Arjushina is a very, very forgettable character. Like I said in my previous video, in my short, Arjushina can miss a Tekken 9 game and no one will really care, right? Very replaceable. Arjushina feels like a character that would have been introduced in Tekken 7. She falls in line with the Katarinas and the Joses and the lead and the Lucky Chloes. She's in that category. She doesn't have her own legacy. She doesn't have really that. She doesn't have weight to herself, right? I don't feel that she can carry her legacy. Arjushina is very, very forgettable, very, very replaceable. She needs more to her character than being the coffee queen. It's so cringe. Like I said, they need to dive deeper more into her martial arts and dancing world instead of the whole coffee thing. The coffee thing is just too cringe, so one-dimensional. So I would replace Arjushina with Lei Wulong. Lei Wulong, no questions asked. Now, please just get that. Oh, no one plays Lei, 2 Lei mains. Just get that shit out of here. Get that out of here. There are so many characters out in here that had very low play rate. Shaheen, you know, Leo actually as well, Nina, you know, all these characters had very low play rate, but they actually made the roster. So Lei actually became very popular towards the end of the Tekken 7 lifespan, more so with the rise of Pakistan. We saw a huge number of Leis emerge from Pakistan. And Lei has to be one of the most unique characters in Tekken. This is widely known. We have our we have our Bruce Lee for Lo. We have our Jet Li for Feng. Where is our Jackie Chan for Lei? How do they leave Lei out, right? It's just, I don't know what Namco has against Lei. And I feel like Lei can fit so well with the Tekken 8 system. Just work him, remove a lot of his redundant stuff, right? Most of the troll stuff, and make him a serious master. Make him a 5-form animal kung fu master. Maybe a retired cop who maybe dons like inherits a dojo as a student even. That can be so great for Lei, but Lei has to be on the roster, guys. Like, I don't understand why Lei was left out. You know, but I do think we will see him as well, probably late on in Tekken 7, Tekken 8 lifespan, which is sad, but hopefully we do see Lei back. So these are the 4 characters I would replace in place of these other characters. So just a little overview: I would replace Panda for Eddie Gordo, I would replace Leo for Lydia Sobieska, I would replace Shaheen for Armor King, and finally I would replace Arjushina for Lei Wulong. Now there are so many characters that are still missing in this game, don't get me wrong. We have Julia. I wouldn't argue if someone said Julia deserves a 13th place on the roster. She's very popular. You know, the Changs have been in the game since the introduction of Tekken. Excuse me. We have, I think, Kunimitsu has been very famous lately. Kunimitsu, we have Miguel as well, very awesomely designed character, freestyle, just an angry Spaniard. But I feel as though Miguel's storyline is kind of over, you know, but I wouldn't complain if Miguel came back. He's a very cool character. Murdoch, you can't have Armor King without Murdoch. Their stories intertwine. So there are so many other characters missing, guys. So everyone has their opinions. So with that said, these are the characters I would replace, and this is what I would change on the current roster. So what do you guys think? Do you love my choices? What characters would you replace instead of, you know, these other characters we have on the current roster? So thank you so much, guys, for watching my video. If you've made this far, please don't forget to that like button and subscribe if you're new. It helps me out with the algorithm. And yeah, GG my boys, may the frame data be ever in your favor.